All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. And we got ourselves another controversial one here regarding the results. Now, I asked y'all last week which Jay-Z album I should review for this week. And the four choices were Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, The Blueprint, and The Black Album. Now, if you were to look on Twitter, Volume 2, The Blueprint, and The Black Album all received the same amount of votes, which amounts to 33% each. Now, so which obviously led to a tie on the Twitter version. Now, on the Facebook version, Volume 2 and The Black Album were the only ones that got votes. So, at the end of it all, we have a tie between Volume 2 and The Black Album. But you probably wondering, wait a minute, there's the Black Album had 34%, so shouldn't that win? No, because they got the same amount of votes. It's just that in order for it to get to that 100%, it had to give one of them that 1%. Otherwise, to be legit, all of them received 33.3%, which equals to 99.9%, which rounds off to 100. Do your math, people. So we have a tie. But because they gave the edge to the Black Album, I'm going to review that album first now. And then next week, I'm doing Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. So with that said, let's get straight into it. And there's a lot to cover regarding this album. Oh my gosh. The Black Album is Jay-Z's 8th studio album, which was released on November 14, 2003 under Roc-a-Fella Records. And obviously there's a lot of info going into it because originally this was supposed to be Jay-Z's final album before he retired, although Jay-Z did came back 3 years later in 2006. Now, for this album, Jay-Z wanted to enlist a different producer for each song, and we get more of that list of producers in a minute. And when the Black Album was released, it received widespread acclaim from critics. In its first week, the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 463,000 copies in the US. It became Jay-Z's top-selling record of the 2000s decade. And by July 2013, it has sold 3.516 million copies in the US. The Black Album was promoted with a retirement tour by Jay-Z and 3 singles that also achieved Billboard chart success, including the top 10 hits Change Clothes and Dirt Off Your Shoulder. So, let's get on with the producers. So, obviously you got Jay-Z, Damon, whichever one, Dame Dash, and Kareem Biggs Brooks, who were the 3 executive producers for this album. Obviously, this was on the Def Jam as well. And the producers, I'll get more in a second. This was actually recorded, and I'm looking at this, and this is pretty amazing. This was actually recorded from September up to October 2003. So we're talking like within a month to 2 months. That's crazy. That's unheard of. Normally it take about a year. Not with this album. So, and let me check something real quick, because that is pretty amazing. Yeah, okay. So he came out with the Blueprint 2 a year ago, and then he just kicked it for all that time. He was like, oh wait, I gotta come out with an album. I'm gonna make it my last one. So yeah, anywho, let's get on with the list of producers that made the album outside of the executive producers. We got Just Blaze, we got Kanye West, the Neptunes, Timbaland, Eminem, Rick Rubin, DJ Quick. Yes, DJ Quick. The Buchanans, Louis Resto, and Awkward, and Joe 3H Rainburger. So yeah, there you go. Now here's a little bit of background info regarding this album. Now, Dr. Dre and DJ Premier were originally supposed to be among these producers. However, they did not make the final cut. The final album did feature a variety of producers, although Roc-a-Fella producers, Just Blaze and Kanye West, produced 2 tracks each, in addition to the 2 produced by frequent Jay-Z collaborators, the Neptunes. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at the charts before we get on with the tracks real quick. So the Black Album, I already talked about it, was #1 on the Billboard Top 200 in the US. It was the number one U.S. rap / hip hop. No, not rap. R&B / hip hop album. It was number 6. I believe that was, no, it was number 12, my fault, in the Canadian charts. The next one is France, and that one was 66. It was 47 in the Germany charts rather. In the Netherlands, it was 66. Out in Norway, it was 18th rather. It was 41st out in Sweden. In Switzerland, it was 29th. And finally in the UK, it was 34th. And this album was straight up platinum. MC platinum, BPI platinum, and the main one, the RIAA, was 3 times platinum. So obviously, this was a major hit, without question. Now, let's get on with the tracks. There's 14 tracks. One of them is, one of them is a skit in the form of the first track, which is called Interlude. But there's another track in here, and most of you know what it is. That could be considered interlude, but Jay-Z actually does perform in this track. So we're going to call that a legit track, but it don't matter because there's 14 tracks in here. One of them is a skit, meaning there are 13 where Jay-Z performed. So I can only give you our top 3. So the first track, as I mentioned, called Interlude, produced by Just Blaze. The next track, also produced by Just Blaze. That one's called December 4th. After that, we got What More Can I Say, one of the singles, by the Buchanans. Next up is Encore by Kanye West. Next off is another single, Change Clothes, featuring Pharrell, obviously produced by the Neptunes. Dirt Off Your Shoulder, another single, was produced by Timbaland. That's the next track, followed by Threat, produced by Ninth Wonder. That's another guy who failed to mention that list of producers who was involved with this album. Moment of Clarity, the A track off this album, was produced by Eminem and Louis Resto. You can tell this was produced by Eminem once you first listen to it. Rick Rubin produced the 9th track, ironically. It's called 99 Problems, yet another single. 9th track, 99, yeah. The 10th track, and here's the other quote-unquote interlude, is actually in parentheses interlude, but the main track is called Public Service Announcement. So yeah, y'all should know that one. And again, in parentheses, it's the interlude. And that one was also produced by Just Blaze. They're probably thinking, wait, that's 3 tracks. Well, they're not counting the interlude, the first one. Track number 11 is called Justify My Thug, produced by DJ Quick, followed by Lucifer, produced by Kanye West. And oh my gosh, this one was produced by the Neptunes. Track number 13, Allure. More on that later. And then the last track number 14, called My First Song, produced by Aqua and Joe 3H Rainbow. So, yeah, there you go with the 14 tracks. Now let's get on with the singles. And the first single was Change Clothes. This one came out November 4th, 2003. So, wow, it was 10 days before the album dropped. That's kind of crazy. So, let's get on with Change Clothes. So, again, it was the first single off this album. Pharrell was involved with the song. Now, the song reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in December 2003. Now, before I move on with these singles, let me explain something to you about the Black Album. There's some more background info on the Black Album. Some of you should know about it already. Others may be surprised, but this album has been remixed time and time again. For example, some of you may have heard of Danger Mouse. They did a remix of it, and they call it The Gray Album. And then we got Kev Brown, and he did one called The Brown Album. And then, of course, my boy Ninth Wonder, he did one called Black Is Back, which was the second best remix of the Black Album, by the way. Then we got DJ Bazooka Joe, who did the Silver Album, which was Jay-Z versus RJD2. Next, we got DJ Shane 720 and DJ Dantana, The Red Album. And then another The Red Album by Il Juan with the K. And then we got No with The Right Album. Then we got Astronaut with the Blue album. Then we got Dutch Finest Production with the Red, White, and Blue album. Then we got 12 and Dirty with the Purple album, followed by Deep Thought with the Green album. Then we got the Avocado Green album. Then we got Merlin with the Gold and Purple album. Then we got Mike Magenta with the, you guessed it, the Magenta album. Then we got Illmind with the Black and Tan album. Then we got DJ Real Love with the Black on Black on Black album, which is Jay-Z versus Mos Def. Then we got DJ Finesse with the Even Blacker album. Soul Caliber with the Blackest album. DJ Steve Sleeve with the New Black album, Jay-Z versus New Black. Amiri with the Black Print album. Prophet One with the Black Villain, Jay-Z versus Mad Villain. DJ Alchemist with the AK album. AD with the Bunt album. DJ Real Love again with the how you even pronounce this? The Hytron album, Jay-Z versus the Fugees. Monk Wad with the Anime album. The Zack album, Jay-Z versus Saved by the Bell. The Kenny Z album, Jay-Z versus Kenny G rather. It's just so, and there's so much more. There's a lot more than that. The one I'm interested in is that Zack album. That one got me. I'm like, the Zack album. But out of all the remixes, the best one, I'll let y'all know right now, the best remix of the Black album is, and I crappy now, I'm being serious right here. It is called Black is the True album, which is a remix done by me. Yes, you heard me right. I have actually remixed this album, and it is called Black is the True album. Now, if you want to hear it, so basically it's just Jay-Z rapping over my old beats. This is way back. So if you want to hear this, you know, let me know in the comments below, or let me know in the private messages, wherever. I will send you that Black is the True album. I also did a remix to his American Gangster album, which is called Lyrical Gangsters. That one's so much better than this one, by the way. So if you want either one of those, let me know and I'll hook you up with that. Now let's get back to that single, Change Clothes. So yeah, obviously there was a music video. So, oh gosh, the charts. So this was number 46 on the Australian charts, 3rd on the Belgium charts, 54th on the Germany charts, 40th in the Netherlands charts, 42nd in the New Zealand charts, 3rd in the Switzerland charts, 32nd in the UK singles, 5th in the UK R&B charts, 10th in the US charts as I mentioned, 6th in the US Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs charts, 33rd in the mainstream top 40 in the US charts, 2nd in the US Hot Rap Songs, and 13th in the US Rhythmic charts. So yeah, this song was successful. In case you forgot, change clothes and go. And I actually like that song, by the way, though. That joint is really dope. But more on that song later. Now let's get on with the next single, which is called Dirt Off Your Shoulders. If you're feeling like a pimp, nigga, boom, go to... yeah, there you go. I'm stumbling, but whatever. Anywho, this is the second single off the album. It came out March 2nd, 2004. So we talking 4 months, ironically, after the album came out. And the song was combined with the Linkin Park single Lying For You and released as a single for the mashup album Collision Course. A possible another remix there. But anywho, moving on with this single. This also has some political influence, so let me get to it. On April 17, 2008, Democratic presidential candidate, as we all know, who is the current president of the United States, Barack Obama, referenced the song in gesture in response to sharp attacks from his rival Hillary Clinton in a debate which was widely criticized for focusing on campaign gaffes rather than on candidates' political positions. Referencing his opponent's textbook Washington tactics, focusing on personal attacks and trivial issues, Obama used Jay-Z's hand signal to brush the dirt off his shoulders. When asked whether Obama was deliberately referencing the song, a campaign spokesman said he had some Jay-Z on his iPod. Okay. Not much regarding info behind this album, but yeah, it's kind of funny just to read. Anywho, getting over the charts again. It was 5th on the US Billboard Hot 100, 3rd on the US Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs, 2nd on the US Billboard Hot Rap Tracks, 12th in the UK Singles, 23rd in the Irish Singles, and 6th in the Canadian Singles. And yeah, this was obviously, it had a music video, obviously. Everybody knows this one. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now moving on to the third single, which is called 99 Problems. So yeah, you should know that one. That one came out April 27th, 2004. Now, believe it or not, the hook for the song, I Got 99 Problems, but a bitch ain't one, is taken from the Ice-T single 99 Problems from the album Home Invasion, which came out in 1993. The hook was coined during a conversation between Ice-T and brother Marquise, a Miami-based Two Live Crew. Marquise later used the phrase in the 1996 Two Live Crew song Table Dance. So in this song, Jay-Z tells a story about dealing with rap critics, racial profiling from a police officer who wants to search his car, and a aggressor. So yeah, there you go with that. And there's been some like a lot of info regarding this song. I ain't gonna get into it because there's a lot more for me to cover. So yeah, if you want to check that out yourself, go ahead. And obviously there's a music video for this. So it was as high as 67 on the Germany's charts, 23rd on the Ireland charts, 12th on the UK singles, 2nd on the UK R&B charts, 30th in the Billboard Hot 100, 26th in the Hot R&B/hip hop songs, 37th in the mainstream top 40, and 10th in the US hot rap songs. By the end of the year, it was 164 in the UK singles, and it was certified gold in the UK, double platinum in the US, the single. Yeah, so yeah, this was a very successful single, if I do say so myself. Now there are other info on other songs off this album. For example, Encore. So it's not a single, but it was apparently there's some info here. So let me get to it real quick. The Black Album was touted by Jay-Z as his last album, as you know I said already. He cited a perceived lack of competition as reason for his retirement, saying, and I quote, "The game ain't hot. I love when someone makes a hot album and then you have got to make a hot album. I love that, but it ain't hot." Many critics doubted the longevity of Jay-Z's retirement, and Ryan, we gonna say this is Ryan, of Pitchfork Media speculated that the retirement declarations could constitute an elaborate publicity stunt. Lyrically, Encore deals with these themes and addresses rumors of a post-retirement career. Critic Rob Mitchum wrote of the song that it's a little hard to take James' claims of retirement at face value when Encore makes reference to when I come back like Jordan ran the 4.5. Which he actually said that in the album, in the song. So yeah, there you go with that. No charge or anything for this song, thank goodness. And then there's one more song obviously I gotta talk about. That's my first song, which is the last song off this album. So a little bit of info regarding this. In a sample of an interview with Biggie, at the beginning of the song, the late rapper is heard saying he tries to treat everything like it's his first project. Hence the name of the song, which Jay-Z is apparently calling his first song, even though it is the last song on what was to be his last album, as an allusion to what the B.I.G. said in the interview. The song describes Jay-Z growing up on the streets of New York. Despite being described as his first song, Jay-Z also described the song as his last. Towards the end of the outro, Jay-Z says, "I'm going somewhere nice where no mosquitoes at, nigga." The song contains a sample of Tu Yi Tu Mirar Yo Y Mi Canción. Yes, that was in Spanish, by Los Angeles Negroes. So yeah, and believe it or not, this was also revealed to be Barack Obama's favorite song by Jay-Z. He revealed that during the 2002 presidential election because it reminds him to always stay hungry. Okay, that's kind of weird. So yeah, let me get on with my favorite track off the Black is the True album. Off of the Black album. So start from the bottom on the Moments of Clarity, followed by 99 Problems. Then we got Threats. And then we got Dirt Off Your Shoulders, and then Justify My Thug, and then of course my first song, and then of course What More Can I Say? What More Can I Say is deep, alright? Like, it's not necessarily the beat, but the lyricism is out cold. December 4th, that one's more about the beat in my opinion. And I mean, like the lyricism in that one was dope as heck, but it was more about the beat in that one than the lyricism in my opinion. But not by much. Then of course we get to some of my personal favorites. Change Clothes, obviously. Lucifer. Now let's get on to my top 3. Number 3, Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. O-A to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the O-Z. I guess even back then you could call me CEO of the ROC. Ho. Yeah. Public service announcement interlude. Obviously, they still play this song at the clubs. Obviously, they'll speed it up. And every time they play the joint, I will always sing along, man, or rap along in this case. The beat is out cold, lyricism out cold, man. Love this song, but yet it's the third best song off this album. Second best song off this album, I mean, it's Encore. Do you want an encore? Do you want more? I mean, that joint is out cold. The beat is out cold. And, you know, outside for the mail out joints, I love the fast paced joints, the unique fast paced joint. This is fast paced rather. This is unique, so you know I'm going to love it. So yeah. There you go with that, man. That Encore joint is out cold. Love the beat. Love the lyricism behind it. It's out cold. Number 1, the best track off this whole album is Allure. Like I said, man, I love the mellow tracks even more. You can get more mellow than this, but you can't get more mellow than this on this entire album. That track right there, Allure, is dope as heck. It is without question the best track off of this entire album. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, with all that out the way, let me give y'all some professional ratings. We got All Music that gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+. The Guardian gave it 2 out of 5 stars. But Mojo gave it 5 out of 5 stars. MSN Music gave it an A. NME and Pitchfork gave it 8 out of 10. Q and Rolling Stones both gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And USA Today just gave it 4 out of 4 stars. So what do I think about this album? Well, I already established with y'all that Reasonable Doubt was his best album ever. Now, as far as his second, that's a bit of a tough one. To me, it comes down to Volume 2 and In My Lifetime Volume 1. Those two really hit home with me. The Black Album, I would probably put that, I have to put that in my top 5. It's a tough one, maybe 6, because without question, Volume 3, in my opinion, I gotta listen to Volume 3 and the Blueprint again. But either Volume 3 and the Blueprint are in my top 5, or it could be both. And then of course, the Black Album would either be left out and be 6, or would be in that mix somewhere. Either 4th, 5th. I don't know. I gotta listen to those other 2 albums again. But the Black Album, I actually got a physical copy of this album. It's a classic. You need to get a physical copy of this album. As far as what I would rate this album, I would give it a 4.2. No, let's bump that up a little bit. A 4.5 out of 5 stars. Because there's no bad song off of this album. And the top 3 songs off this album are gold. Like, they're more than gold, actually. They're legendary. And he got so many classic singles off here. 99 Problems, Dirt Off Your Shoulders, and Change Clothes. I mean, you can't get more than that. And obviously, there was a lot of hype about this album because it was, at the time, supposed to be his last album. Now, granted, he came back and did Kingdom Come, which was a good album. American Gangster, which was a good album. And then came the Blueprint 3 and Magna Carta Holy Grail. And I'm like, But, so, for those of you who probably saying the Black Album should have been his last album, because of what followed. But like I said, Kingdom Come was a good album, American Gangster was a good album. Those two came out right after the Black Album came out. So, yeah, you should have a physical copy of this in your collection. So yeah, man, with that out the way, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh!